Hey everybody, it's Mandy from Trouble Forge. I have been gone for about a month for good reason, which I can't exactly go into detail, or I'm not sure how I want to go into detail about it right now. Everyone's fine. Everyone's healthy. Baby is healthy. We are in the middle of the 27th week of pregnancy, so we are cruising right into the third trimester. Everything looks really good. Baby's super active. The littles are good. Bud is at camp. Zad's been working with a friend at his butcher shop and learning a ton of stuff there, helping him with planting corn and bringing in hay and all that good stuff that happens this time of year. So everything is fine. We kind of had a rough couple of weeks and we recovered, and I'll probably talk about it at some point. I just am not sure how to talk about it yet. So just know everything is fine. Today, I want to bring you something far less, excruciating and draining and whatever. Today, we are going to can and freeze fruit, and I want to show you my Amish haul. So I think I'm going to do this in two videos. So I'm going to show you what I got from the Amish grocery store first, and then I will do another video and show you how I'm going to preserve all of this fruit. So I got approximately 700 pounds of fruit. I feel like I need to give a little disclaimer here. So we got some stuff locally. We got some delicious locally grown strawberries. They were just fantastic, and they were the kind that they're so good. We ate them within a couple days because they were just that good. Now, typically what I would do, last year I went to the produce auction, and we have 4 auctions around. We could definitely go to the auction. But Zad's been spending a lot of time working with our local farmer, just learning all kinds of things. We have a lot of projects going on here. I have a 2- and 4-year-old, and I am in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy. So going and standing around at the auction right now is just really not something, frankly, that I want to do. And these things have seasons, which is totally fine. In that light, I was trying to decide how I was going to put up the fruit that I want to put up this year. I did an inventory of our pantry. That was actually one of the last videos I did before we took an unexpected break. So what I know I want to do this year is any kind of fruit for sure. We are way low on fruit, way low on fruit juice. I know I need to put up potatoes and onions, and anything else that get put up, frankly, would kind of just be a bonus. I'll tell you about where this fruit came from and how I just am having... Ruth Ann Zimmerman just put out a video about peace and purity, and trying to find peace in the fact that not everything is completely pure despite your best efforts. I'll talk about that in a minute. So something at the end of end of canning season, we have a local orchard. We'll get peaches and apples. If she has enough grapes, we'll get grapes. Sometimes she has plums. So we'll get that stuff from her, which will work out great. There's another farmer close to where we get milk that has potatoes and onions. I'll probably hit him up to try to just stock up for winter. We do not have our garden done yet because we had to do another project. This is the project that I will probably talk about in a future video, that kind of took up a lot of resources, both time and money. And so the garden is not done. We're getting there. I do have pots out. I have maybe 12 or 15 tomato plants in pots. I have some melons I'm trying in pots. I do have little melons growing on them. I'm not super hopeful that they'll get super big or anything. My green stalk is full of herbs. We put some herbs out in the beds, that were already kind of established here along the house that had some flowers. So we're doing the best we can on that front. We're going to get to the garden here soon. I mean, these things just happen. So how I stumbled on this fruit. There is a little grocery store, a little Amish grocery store near where we get milk. He's fantastic. It seems like a young family kind of owns it. And they're just so nice. And they do email. This was so exciting. I could email him the things that I wanted to order. So I ordered all kinds of stuff from him. We went and picked it up this morning. All right, so I'm going to talk about the dairy that we got first. I've talked before about how we do not have a dairy cow. We do get milk from a local farm, but at $5 a gallon, which I realize is a really good price compared to what some people pay, it still is just too much for me to be able to make cream cheese and sour cream, hard cheeses, all those kinds of things. Obviously, if it gets to the point of clabber, I use it, but it's not enough to supply us. So I am just taking heart in the fact that these things do just have 1 or 2 ingredients in them. Now I realize they're pasteurized or whatever, but at least they don't have a bunch of crap. So we stocked up on 4 5-pound containers. This is just cultured cream. So, you know, that'll work. That'll tie us over for quite a while. I got a case of butter. This was $3.39 a pound, which is even cheaper than Sam's Club. And again, just cream and salt, just Land O'Lakes. It is the 1-pound blocks, which whatever, we go through butter fast enough. I'm not super worried about that. And then we don't usually go through a ton of cream cheese, but I think it's because we don't normally have it. This is pasteurized milk, salt, and it does have stabilizers like gar and xanthan gum and locust bean. Again, it's not like we're sitting here eating this, like, you know, so like whatever. This will last us quite a while. Again, they came in the bigger blocks. I got the bigger blocks because it was a little bit cheaper. We stocked up on farmer's cheese. So they have $3.09 a pound on this. I'm pretty sure. No, that is right. So if you buy it by the overwrap block and you don't have them cut it down at all, it is a lot cheaper. So $3.09 a pound for farmer's cheese is not too bad. And John F. Martin is from Lancaster County, which is where we came from. So, I mean, that's something. And again, this just has like everything you would need in cheese culture, salt, enzymes, milk. And we got some sharp cheddar. $4.09 sharp cheddar is a little more expensive, but man, the sharper the better for me. I love stinky cheese and I love sharp cheese. So we got that. And I also got the kids some bananas because they're always begging for bananas. And if you follow us, you know we don't go to the store that often. All right, so back to this fruit haul. So I figured out that the Amishman does email, which is great. So basically he like faxes and then it becomes an email and whatever. But hey, it's fantastic. I don't have to call him every time I have a question, which I'm sure he also appreciates. So we got about 700 pounds of fruit from this little haul here. So we got blueberries, strawberries, cherries, and then I got 1 small box of rhubarb up here. I think I'm probably just gonna freeze the rhubarb. Okay, the reason that I went with this, I realized this stuff was not grown locally. It's probably not organic. Frankly, I've had this conversation with you. I don't personally think that a lot of things labeled organic truly are. How would you know? There could be overspray. You know, I don't get too hyped up on organic. I do try to buy this stuff locally as best I can, but when strawberries are $5 a quart and our beds aren't established yet, I just can't afford to feed this many people at $5 a quart and put them up, or it's just gonna be like, you know, tomatoes and watermelon where you just eat them fresh in that time of year and that's it. You don't really, you know, put them up. So we went this route. It'll work for this year. The season that we're in is just, you know, I kind of have this thing where I have babies, I'm super pregnant over the summer, and then I have these like late summer, early fall babies. So this is going to be amazing. My goal here is I got 6 cases of each. So 6 cases of cherries, 6 cases of strawberries, 6 cases of blueberries. I'm going to put half of them up in the freezer and I'm going to put half of them up in canning jars. So like I said, I will show you how to preserve those or how I preserve them in my next video. But that's what we have here. So of course, when I planned this, so a lot of things have unfolded here in the last month. Matt, if you've been following along, Matt has lived with us for the last year. You can follow him at Fellowship of the Trail. He loves to hike and explore and do all those things. He was awesome to us this last year, just really foundational in helping us get things established and built and some systems in place and things like that. But he was ready to go do more exploring. So he is always welcome back. I am sure we're going to see him again. But I don't have that extra helper. Bud is at camp this week and Zad is heading to the butcher shop today. So me and the littles are going to be in charge of getting this done. So another reason, I sort of knew that some of this was happening when I placed this order, knowing I thought it was probably going to be me and Zad, but there's always a chance that Zad's going to be going to help our farmer down the road here. So these strawberries are already capped. The rhubarb is already cut into appropriate sized pieces. The cherries are already pitted, and blueberries, you don't really have to do much with blueberries anyway. My initial thought was I was just going to get them from Sam's Club, and I'm like, okay, and they are quote organic at Sam's Club, but this way I was able to support, you know, like this guy was so thankful. He's probably in his, or maybe early 30s, has a young family, and we had a pretty decent sized bill. And he was just so thankful for our order. And I thought, you know what, if my choices are support Sam's Club, which we like Sam's Club and we go there, but they don't need more money, or support this local farmer and maybe, or local grocer, and maybe I don't quite get stuff that came from local farmers. sometimes there just has to be some balance and some compromise in certain seasons, and we are in that season. Something I'm going to try to do this year, and I'll continue to talk about this, is I'm not going to put up an excessive amount as far as canning goes, because I still have a good bit. We definitely need, as I mentioned, any fruit. We need applesauce. We need peaches. Well, I think we have like 1 or 2 jars of peaches. We have like 50 jars of applesauce, which seems like a lot, but with soon four kids, that is not going to be enough. And like juice, I said, I'd like to get some juice put up and whatever. And our kids love berries. Like Zuzu and Jamie are already sitting in there plowing through bowls of cherries. Zad loves cherries. Everybody here loves fruit. So it just makes sense for me to put this stuff up. So I apologize that we were gone for like a month. I've been seriously for the last month trying to figure out, when I knew we were taking a break, I was trying to figure out how we're going to talk about this in a tactful way. And when I figure that out, you'll be the first to know. But thanks for being patient. Thanks for coming back. Watch our next video. I'll show you how I'm going to preserve all this stuff, how we're going to get 700 pounds of fruit put up in one day, or the goal is to get it done today. I think I probably can. I don't think it's going to be a problem. And so we'll see you guys next time.